What's up, Pandeez?
You're listening to the Pandesoul podcast.
Join us as we unpack the flavors of being Filipino
and American. We're your hosts, Dre Magix, the fictitious professor, and EJ Villeman.
And we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. What's up, Pandeez? Welcome back to the Pandesoul podcast, the funniest podcast on the internet. We are joined, that camera. We're joined by hella people here, but we're your usual hosts, fictitious professor and Dre Magix. We're joined by a bunch of friends. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this isn't like a crossover thing.
No.
I don't know we're allowed to.
This is independent.
So they use
standalone content.
Coincidental. So it's like having an LLC. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Volunteer organization, sir.
Yeah.
We volunteered.
Here doing their community service. Go ahead.
I am Maddy Yuga. I am just your regular old gal, a regular Ashley Spinelli, as you can see on the video. Musician. I work for Search to Involve Filipino Americans, and I like to make the funnies with friends, like today.
You can get closer.
Can I?
Funnies with Friends is like a new app.
Okay.
Am I supposed to?
Hello.
Yeah.
I haven't had to introduce myself in
So long.
a very long time, so I don't know who I am anymore.
It's okay, neither do I.
Thank you. Okay, I'll introduce Hi, my name's Kristine. It's really nice to meet you. My name's Kristine de los Santos. I'm currently unemployed, but I have a history of producing.
Fun employed.
Don't ask me what kind of productions.
No. Don't ask her for production.
Don't ask me for production right now. Moving toward directing, but that's a secret. Don't tell anybody that. You have to cut that out of the video.
No one
Just
watches
kidding.
our pod. No one Do you watch our pod? You don't watch our podcast?
I left the review.
Huh?
I left the review.
Oh, okay, cool. Peach Apple Podcast. Okay. Pen, pineapple, apple.
Yeah.
Pen, pineapple, apple. Pen.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, goodness. I'm going to start that. Hi, my name's Kristine de los Santos. I am a 27 years young Virgo living in Los Angeles, California, and I like to make content.
Hell yeah.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
Like a hinge
You did it.
profile.
I was about to say,
Like
she
very
loves pina coladas. She
And
loves
Getting
Dancing
caught
in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jessie Pandeez. I am professional dancer turned dance teacher for middle school now, and I'm just vibing, just here.
Wait,
Hell yeah.
Jessie, I think this is so random. I'm pretty sure I've seen your videos like pop up on my feed because of like people that we know.
Probably.
And I've always been like, that's cool.
Her
She moving real good.
Her stage name is True Flow.
Oh my god.
True flow.
She dances for Red Bull.
Nice.
That's
I
sick.
True
don't
Flow?
dance for Red Bull anymore.
That's dope.
I
That's
did
a
it
that's a
once.
hard ass name.
What did they do?
No, it's
They
just
give
like
her wings. No.
Oh.
No, they just invited me one time to like compete in one of their dance your style LA
so
event
sick.
in the middle of Pershing Square.
Nice.
That's cool.
And that was like my last like hurrah before I was like, and I need stable income. So I went back to school for teaching.
Very nice.
And now she's a boxer.
And now she dances and teaches.
Yeah.
Dude, you do boxing? That's cool. Damn, she
That
threw a
was-
lot
that
of
was
stuff.
boxing.
That was it.
That was
That was it.
So
She
like,
actually-
first date?
She only boxes mice, actually. That's why
Dude,
it's like so contained.
That's how niche.
Yeah.
That's hella
She's
niche.
a mice boxer.
And they box out.
Ah.
Wow.
There you go. Let's go.
Cool.
Just-
God damn it. So we're all kind of in this like artist realm, right?
Yeah.
How is that? We're gonna throw jokes in, but like, it's not gonna be that serious. But
I'm
like
gonna need more alcohol.
growing up in like the Filipino American like culture, lifestyle, culture.
Diaspora.
Well, yeah.
Diaspora.
Okay, hold on. Time out. Is it diaspora or diaspora or jaspora?
I
Depends on who you
just,
look at.
yeah,
Who
I
is
heard
it?
Two different ways.
Diaspora.
Is it Joshua or Jaswa?
Joshua.
Diaspora.
Diaspora.
What is it?
Diaspora.
That's
I
a-
think
that's
so.
a good
Diaspora.
question.
Yeah.
Diaspora.
That's how they said it when I was doing like research and stuff. So.
Yeah. I've heard diaspora, but I also feel like that was somebody sounding it out the letters.
Yeah.
Like diaspora.
I think diasporic is the adjective, so I would just assume.
Oh, you can just change how it sounds, a single word, just to make it an adjective.
Well, no, diasporic
Google
is
it.
like if you're
I will
describing
jujule it. Thank
Google,
you.
yeah. As a perfect case in point. Google it.
Cool.
diaspora.
Diaspora. But anyways,
Desperate.
You were saying, growing up in a Filipino American,
Yeah.
Filipino American life.
Yeah. So when when was the like I'm gonna be an artist, and were like your family members supportive, or like when you're getting into industry shit, right? Like content creating or dance or music. And,
Right.
I juggle, so.
You have to show me sometime.
Huh?
You have to show me sometime.
Dude, I'll do it.
Some bull right now.
I'll do it without the balls.
Let's
Ready?
see it.
There you go. It's a visual gag.
That's Stu. That's Stu. Throw me one more.
Okay. Okay. I have a bowling
No,
ball.
I can
here.
only do 3. I can only do 3. No. You see those guys with the like chair on their face?
Yeah.
Those guys make more money than I do.
Do they? Oh damn! I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I think that's the funny thing.
Because you don't have a chair in your act. That's
I
why.
know.
That's why.
It's just the chair that's holding you back.
Dude, coming to the stage.
Ironic that a chair would be holding you back. When it should just be holding your
Ass.
Holding your app.
Yeah, holding your up.
Holding
your
up.
Well, Jesse, I think I'd like to hear from you because like dance is it's a really great thing and it's a really cool thing. I feel like most of the dancers that I've seen, even on like YouTube channels like Steezy,
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
they're Filipino, she's Filipino, he's Filipino. Like, I feel like dance. You could correct me if I'm wrong. It feels like it's more supported by Filipinos than like, let's say, a career in music.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that it's more like it's so ingrained. Like growing up, like I was a part of like Future Shock Los Angeles, which is like a kids dance
Nice.
team. Yeah,
Hell
and
yeah.
so like it was like, and everyone on that team, I swear, was all Filipino. Like I swear, like even if you weren't Filipino, like you still were Filipino. It was like whatever. But I think it was like because of that kind of like community, it was kind of easier for me. But like, I mean, I still having that conversation with my parents was still like scary in a way, because they were like, yeah, right, it's not stable. Like that's like you know, like the struggling artist, it's not stable. And like I had
No, sorry, I was thinking of like our previous guest.
Oh, Mitch.
When he told his mom that he was changing from biomed to theater, she's like, "You better not."
You better not, huh?
Like an actual threat.
Yeah.
Like her legit response.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what
no,
was going through my
yeah.
mind.
Oh,
better not.
hilarious.
And I think it's always like you have to have something lined up like as a backup.
Right.
It was never like, oh, like yeah, and just make that your whole career, that's fine. It was like, well, if you're going, because I went to UCLA for dance. Like I was part of
Wow.
that major.
That's sick.
And so like they were like, well, you can go, but you have to add something else on the side. And so originally I was like, okay, yeah, science, I guess. I don't know what kind of science.
I did it wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking did it wrong, bro.
But like there was always conditions.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like this can like this. I support you and like this is going to be the only thing that you can do. But it was
Right.
like yeah, but
Yeah.
there was always like that big but.
Right.
Damn.
They were always just kind of
Stupid.
like, if you try to do it, good luck. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Hold up.
Like,
This
okay.
this brings me to another thing real quick. A lot of like shit when I was younger had conditions to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh, you can go out and play, but
But-
first, do subo. And I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
what? So it's kind of like that.
You can go outside. Did you put on all the sunblock that you had?
Yeah.
Right. Did you clean your room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, it's all just shoved into the closet so it looks clean.
Dude.
You couldn't make your own decisions unless somebody was able to tell you, like, you earned it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You earned self-determination.
Right.
Right.
That's wild.
Yeah. So what about you, Kristine? About the like.
Sorry, I'm reflecting. I'm deep in reflection over here. I don't know how to answer the question. Well, I mean, okay, it depends on. I don't know. I have a very interesting relationship with my own sense of autonomy, given my specific circumstances. But focusing on art, no, I don't know. My mom really wanted me to play piano, and so
Me
you know,
too.
she really wanted it, right?
As we look around this
She
office.
really wanted it to happen, and I didn't. I did not follow through with that. But it was not one of those things where it was like, I want you to learn this so that you can, thrive and enjoy it. I want you to learn this so you can show the family that you know how to do this thing.
Ew.
So it was one of those things where it was like, I would love to have done this actually, but you made it weird. And now I don't
You
want
put conditions on it.
You made it a game show.
Kind of like how I like
Right.
cleaning the house until someone tells me to clean the house, and then I'm like,
Right.
I'm never cleaning again. Like I'm never
Dang,
gonna
that's
touch another
real.
That
can of
reverse
Lysol in my life.
Absolutely.
No, yeah, same story with like the artsy stuff, where it was like, oh, you could do that, and I'm just not. I don't know. Do you want me to do it because you want me to show off, or do you want me to do it because you want me to express myself? It's a very, very different.
Right.
So
Wild.
that's where my brain was.
That makes sense. Good brain. Cool brain.
Oh yeah,
Go
the best
ahead.
brain ever.
I had something that was kind of different, and I can't tell if it's just because like my dad's half white, so he grew up half American and half Filipino in the Philippines. So his entire outlook on life is very different from just like your run-of-the-mill Filipinos. My dad is a guy that really is like, he was himself a musician growing up, didn't get to make a career out of it. And then my stepmom has been very, very supportive of like everything I've ever done. So, like they always tried to provide an outlet that I was able to like pursue art in, but it had to be within their budget. That was the condition. Where my parents did enroll me to get like a vocal coach when I was really young, but they couldn't keep up with the lessons because they just couldn't afford it.
Yeah.
But ironically, my dad could afford putting me in like basketball camp in high school. But maybe it was just cheaper, and like and it's just something that he had already known about, and he, I'm sure, figured that like because he knows so much about music, he could just teach me at home for free.
Right.
And he didn't, but that's because
And then
That's
he
just like-
didn't,
and then he didn't.
and so
because he's immigrant dad, he's always tired. But like when I went to college, my parents, they weren't really worried. I ended up pursuing radio, television, and film, and it's actually because my stepmom's friend from college, that was her major, and she found great success in it. So I think that they probably felt safe that I was pursuing that, and in my mind, initially I was thinking, oh, I'll go into radio, I'll learn some things about music business, and then I'll shoehorn my way into the music school at the college. And I just didn't do it. I was just surrounded by film majors who love talking about film, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I want to learn how to do this. And so I kind of use that now in my everyday life, but like my parents have never discouraged me from doing what I wanted to do. They would always just be a little scared because they knew that like I wanted to achieve a lot. Like moving from Texas to California, nobody had done that in our family before, even though we've had family that's lived out here in Cali for a long time. So I think that like their whole methodology is like, I will always support you, but like I'm gonna be a little scared.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
Parents didn't like it. They don't like it. No, but like it's such a niche like thing though, right? Where it's like
It is.
you're gonna do card tricks for a living. Like people are gonna. Are you stupid? Are you? My like every day I was like, but you're so smart.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's
like
the whole point.
yeah. And like I started off as like a pre-med, and it was like my conditions now where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be a chem major, and then like a nursing major, and then like project management, like a health science.
You were just like making.
But it was this whole thing of they're supportive now, and they've been for a while, but they don't know how to support my specific art form.
Got it.
Right? Like my brother's a dancer too, and they support him. They're like, oh, we'll go to shows and like family parties. Oh, come dance, and like if you don't want to, that's cool, but like be the representation for your little cousins or whatever. Like have them see like, oh, you can look like and you can be good at dance, which is like dope. And me is like, hey, do the trick where you steal his watch and he's not supposed to know. He's not supposed to know you have his watch. Do that.
Explain the whole
Yeah,
thing.
no, like they
Explain
kill the
top to
surprise,
bottom.
right? Where they're like, but now they do it in secret, but they could still like, everyone can still fucking hear the thing. Like I'll do a show and my mom's like, do the duck. Why don't you do the duck and the lemon? Why don't you do that one? My mother doesn't speak like that. My mother speaks very good English, but she's like, just do the duck. I'm like, I didn't bring the duck.
Why are you messing around and not doing the duck?
Yeah.
She's like stage momming
Yeah.
you, even though
She's
she
like,
doesn't.
so you're not done. Huh? You're not done?
She brought her own
No, I
duck.
think
Yeah.
The next show.
Yeah. That's what I got for Christmas.
That's how my husband feels like as a comedian. Whenever people are just kind of like, "Hey, be funny, do the bit,
Yeah.
be funny right now,
Tell a
And,
joke.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
tell a joke."
Yeah.
I can't stand it when people like when it's not in the context because you
Yeah,
could be
yeah.
like out to dinner. You mention to somebody what you do, and they're like, "Do it right now."
Right.
It's like, I'm a painter. Paint
I
me
get
a
that so
picture.
much. I get that
Say
so much
something.
though.
I'm sure you get it all the time because like, especially
It's the
for
most like,
close-up
do it
magic.
now,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
You have cards on you right now, right?
Yeah,
They're
but
like,
that's
no,
that's.
this is a TGI Fridays. Of course I don't.
Yeah, but that's beside the point.
Like I do have cards, but it's for me, not for you. Oh,
I was just trying to eat dinner and you're just
Yeah.
out here.
just let me live, bro.
You just gotta start giving them like your business card. Like, here, pay, and you'll see a trick.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm like, here's my Cash App.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't have cash. If you have Cash App, you don't have a bank account. Here's my Venmo.
This is now a money podcast.
Yeah, there it is. But then you were supportive. You supported your like
Yeah.
cool life, right?
So my mom signed me up for piano when I was 6, and she didn't let me quit until I graduated high school. So I hated it the entire time until I was a junior in high school, and then I realized all my social circles were in music. It's like if I wanted to do anything else, she's like, okay, you can do anything else, but you still have to do piano. So like piano was the caveat. So I could do anything else.
I like that.
So I did as many things as I could to get away from piano.
Yeah.
And then when I was a junior in high school, I was like, I guess I'll stick with it. And then like studied music in college, and then had a couple shifts within music. So I started classical, and then shifted to commercial, which is everything but classical. And so yeah, my family's been like really supportive. My mom never thought that I would be a professional at it. She's always like, oh yeah. Her main reason for having me sign up was she heard that article, like, oh, music makes you smarter. She's like, oh, I want my son to be smart. And I guess I was until a certain point, until I became a musician, which is like not the most smartest or lucrative. However, yeah, I'm grateful that both my mom and my dad are supportive of like me being a musician. And yeah, it's been interesting just because like going from like my mom no longer asks me to play at family parties, because I remember we went to like a family friend's house and there were like the little cousins and they were all performing and singing. She's like, go sing, go play. It'll be your...
You're like 5'9".
Yeah, she's like, oh, your advertisement so they can hire you. I'm like, Mom.
No.
It's like Christmas Eve. Like, it's
You
time
don't
for the
do that
kids.
to
I was
family.
like, but my compromise was like, okay, I'll play piano and the kids can sing.
Yeah.
So we figured out a
That's
song. So I
really
was like,
sweet.
I've
cute.
I've had purposely forgotten magic stuff at home, and an uncle pulls out.
cards.
He's like,
No.
go, I have.
Oh,
And that uncle
wow.
talks like that. Fuck you. It's like, go over there. Huh?
He was playing Pisoy.
I know. I'm like, why are all the twos bent? You dig?
This is a loaded deck.
Yeah. It's funny because like different art forms, right? I don't think society, like people in general, know how to react to certain things yet,
Right.
right? Where, for example, like music, you can listen to it while doing other shit, but you can also intently pay attention to it,
Right.
right? Dance, you kind of have to.
Yeah, yeah.
Pay
kinda have to
Fully
attention.
participate.
Yeah.
Background dance.
Right.
I mean, you can.
Passively
Yeah.
in her mind.
No, could you
Right.
imagine like somebody just like at the grocery store not looking at a dancer as they are dancing past them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can listen to music in the grocery store as you're shopping, but like, can you not look
You
at
just
a
got-
dancer?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, isn't
you
that,
can't. You have to look.
Yeah.
isn't that basically like go-go dancers at a club? Just
Yes.
Yeah.
You just can't help but, like,
you're
look.
right.
They're
Yeah.
background
Yeah,
dancers.
Their
yeah.
background, yeah.
I guess.
You put your drink on the
Also-
stage, like,
Yeah.
don't kick it over.
Like, like what was
Can
the
you hold
point
this?
of like starting
Oh
go-go
my
dancing?
God.
Because like you're just caging people, and then you're just Are they like moving
it's-
chandeliers?
That's a whole
Dance-
nother thing,
That's a
isn't
whole
it?
other
That's a whole
thing.
nother
And it's-
thing.
yeah.
huh?
He was
Dance
like,
encouragement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Like,
think
you
it
guys should
sets the
dance.
mood.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
And then some people take it as like, oh, it's like performance art. Like I've done
Yeah.
some weird.
Oh.
Listen,
But like, who's-
I went to college for dance. I did
Right,
some
right.
weird shit in college to like get those grades in dance.
Hell yeah.
Like I've danced in like a museum. There was a piece that I choreographed on like the steps and like
Do you ever dance next to dinosaurs?
I wish. That would be kind of cool.
I could take you.
That's the name. That's the name of our new show. It's called
Actually-
Dancing with Dinosaurs.
There is a place.
With Danny Dinakdak.
With Danny Dinakdak coming to the stage.
It's on the way to Vegas. We'll go.
And it's like it's a show tune version of the Jurassic Park themes, like da 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 da.
I, the Lord of Sea and Sky.
It's a lot of kicks
Yeah.
and snapping.
No,
But they're sidekicks because it's a T-Rex.
arms are right
A
here.
T-Rex can kick
All legs, no arms.
because he'll fall down.
Yeah.
Big head, little
You
arms.
gotta take it to Vegas, Trey. You gotta take that show.
Coming to the stage.
Coming to the stage.
We have a running joke on our pod where it's like strip club but make it Filipino. Like the
Yes,
names.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was our? We had a bunch.
Babae, babae, babae.
It's like coming to the stage, Puto Maya. Oh, Leia Salonganisa.
Oh God.
I couldn't. I'm sorry.
Coming to the stage.
fully
Salonganisa.
just.
So what
Whitney
kind of
Houston.
situation are we in here?
We know what situation.
Oh, okay, maybe not. My bad.
Yes, a longanisa.
What
Oh
a
my
great
God.
place.
Make that into a shirt.
Coming to the stage, hot dog.
Leia Salonganisa is definitely a drag name.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
totally.
Yo, if somebody doesn't have that by now.
Yeah, shout out.
Someone's probably
Shout
got
out.
it.
Shout us out,
someone
drag
take
queen.
it.
Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Please.
shout out.
Let's go, Leah Salonganisa.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney.
Whitney Houston.
That one has got to be my favorite.
We have a bunch of them.
It's
We
incredible.
have a bunch of them here.
And it's topical because her biopic just came out. You know?
Oh, right.
Oh
Right?
Did it?
yeah.
Yeah. I Want to Dance, I believe it is called. I think.
Nice.
I'm kind of tired of that whole moment. But, like, kind of what you were talking about with just, like, things that you can't ignore. I'm kind of over, like, musician biopics.
Oh,
I
right.
think we're done.
What's
Yeah, I
that?
think
I'd
we've
like
done
to
a
tap
lot.
out.
Which one's that?
Like Elvis, like the one with Austin Butler.
It's like the reenactment
the
of their life.
reenactments of their
Yeah.
life.
Oh.
I was good with like the Tina Turner story. Like I'm just kind of like, cool, Angela Bassett, we love you, we stop it.
Weird Al.
Weird. I don't know
That-
about
that
Daniel
one-
Radcliffe being Weird Al, man.
If he's not casting
that was a
spells,
whole, like-
fuck that kid.
Yeah,
We don't want him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about that for musicians.
It's at
Like I'd rather
11.
watch like a behind the music rather than somebody act out their entire
Act out their
lives.
entire lives.
Right.
It feels weird.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, would you ever expect somebody to do that for like a dancer, like an Alvin Ailey biopic?
See, that's the thing is that like it's never about a dancer. It's about the choreographer.
Right.
So like so many people like when you like get famous or like you start to pick up traction, a lot of people follow you because they like what you create and they don't like just the way you dance. Like they get attracted by the way you dance.
Yeah.
They
But-
like your vibe.
They like your vibe.
Right.
But
why
if
Josh
they
has-
don't,
What was
I have a
this?
lot to say
Sorry,
about
I'm
that.
so sorry.
But if they don't, it's like the initial, and then what keeps them there is like, oh, can you create like the more trendy like
Oh.
choreography or like something that's like just more visually appealing. So it's not really about like just
Just movement.
movement. It's
Yeah.
like, well, what are you making next?
Boo.
Right.
Which
Boo.
is like, it's so interesting to me because there's so many like, if you look at like dancers and like, just like who have been in companies, like who are constantly getting booked, it's like these people are crazy talented,
Yeah.
but you would never know their names
because
because
they're
it's
not a
always
choreographer.
about the choreographer. It's not about the people who help create it.
Nah, and I feel like that's the whole thing too about like even being behind the scenes for production, where nobody wants to talk about.
Sorry,
Well,
dead
no.
eyes. Sorry, sorry.
But you know what I
Dead
mean?
fish
Like,
eyes, yeah.
You work with people all the time that
Yeah.
like, are names or they become names because like they're the ones that are at the front of the project, but there's so
Right.
much that's happening in the back.
You know
that
what's funny?
nobody Does anything about?
Today I had a kind of like an interview. I had a follow-up call with a creative ops person at a studio, and I was gunning to get put on the director list. because I was like, I'm just trying to do freelance now. I would rather sit on the stage and just direct the talent, the voice talent, let the engineer do their thing. I don't have to worry about the production. I don't have to worry about the paperwork. I don't have to worry about anybody. Yeah. I was going through all my experience, and then he goes, okay, I know you want to be a director, but we are hiring a producer right now. And I was like, fuck my life, dude. I don't know. Because I love producing. I do. I love the organized chaos, right? And like watching the chaos expand and then suddenly contract into like a nice little deliverable that, ooh, people love paying for deliverables.
Delicious.
So much pressure. But no, there's a lot of like, I want to call it like movie magic. There's a lot of ghost work.
I want to call it.
I
don't love to call it that. That's what the vibe kind of was giving.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, let's find a new word to replace that.
No, I want to call it like
appropriation.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's there's so much that happens as a producer when we're gluing all the pieces together. Yeah. But no one sees that because they see the pieces come together. It's a very psychological, like some of your parts kind of vibe there. Right. Because you've got all the pieces, you got all the people, you put them all together, but everyone's like, what does a producer do anyway? Because that's something, when I was growing up, everyone would read the credits and just be like, oh, director, I think I know what that is, writer, editor, producer. What does a producer do? Yeah. And then you find out there's like, you produce. You make it happen. Produce.
Like Jesus.
Produce.
Like a farmer?
Like a farmer.
You know who else was a producer? Jesus.
Or like women.
Women.
Produce.
Right.
Thank you for your cervix, ladies.
Thank you for your cervix. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. No, yeah. It's a thankless job producing. Yeah. I have a lot of heart for producers.
Yeah.
Yes. But everybody produces if you really think about it. Okay, now we're getting existential.
Right.
I'm just going to run away. Okay.
What was I thinking of?
What were you thinking of?
Good question.
This is what goes on. This is like another trope on our pod that people get like, this is what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
and then Big is like...
When Dre prefaces that, I'm like, okay. It's going to be something that's just wild. And then make no sense. And then EJ and I are going to have to figure out how to like...
Make it funny?
Or how to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'll just cut it.
Yeah, most of the time I'm just like, okay, move
Good
along.
on you.
Yeah.
Interesting, honey.
Thank you for trying.
It's not funny anymore. Man.
In my head,
Okay.
Great work.
in my head, I'm like, am I in the right headspace to receive your ideas?
I hated you.
You're doing great, Sleep.
Want some candy?
Keep going.
Just steal his watch, you know?
Also, I think it's great that this comedy podcast, you brought on two people that had a podcast that was very much not comedic.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is an independent thing.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
What are you talking about?
Sure
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Was it?
Like in an ironic way.
Right.
Yeah.
Funny as in like, wow.
Funny like,
The world is messed up.
wow, cosmic jokes. Oh, God. Yeah,
Oh, that was
just a
like
little bit.
why yours was funny
Yes.
because of like
Right.
the world sucks.
The world sucks.
Yeah, and ours is funny because like ignorance. Ignorance is bliss.
We appeal to
But
the
ours is
e-boys
funny
and
'cause
e-girls of the world.
Yes,
Oh, I
yes.
see.
Ours is funny because also
Hot dog.
and also hip hip.
My favorite.
So for Halloween, Halloween, right? We were drafting. We were like, what if Filipino celebrities were D&D characters, right?
Incredible.
And you know the.
Go ahead.
And then the one. Can I explain it? Because you explained it last episode.
You got me.
Invested now.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so I drafted. I was like, okay, for my spellcaster, I'm gonna draft Kuya Willie, and he's a necromancer. So
Hold on, you missed one thing though. Because like, look, because you know in zombie movies how it's like always one arm out of the girl.
So when he cast his hip hip,
It's the best. Hooray.
I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna pass away. Hold on.
it's my favorite contribution.
so
to the
hot.
podcast so
Yeah.
far.
We love it. We
Yeah.
love it.
Oh yeah.
Like it could
Bye
look like the Evil Dead poster.
Yeah.
Oh
With
my
two
god.
hands.
Coming to you this spring, merch from
Dude,
pandesoul.
we're coming out with an album.
An album.
Yeah, it's called
Plug it.
Sexual Giniling coming out.
Get out.
Baby.
I can't.
It's like an oven. When I get that
when the
feeling,
potato's peeling, I'm gonna
sexual need, sexual.
I'll buy it.
Yeah.
Take my money.
And then
turned
also
into a
a
bird. I'm just a
Despacito
bird
cover,
now.
but it's
Just making
embutido.
bird sounds.
Huh?
Embutido. Ta-da-da-da.
Just kidding.
I'm trying to think of like old American tunes that I'm just kind of like, yeesh. The only ones that are like historically interesting, right?
Star remix to Ignition.
Yeah, that's an American classic. My nephew, when he was 2, loved that song, but I made it almost like a kids thing because of how I sang it to him.
You
and
kids bopped them?
I
Damn.
look like a cartoon character, but like essentially we were at a barbecue place. He's in a high chair, and I just go like, bounce, 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 bounce. We like to bounce. And, like, he loved it. He loved it. He was about it the entire time. I've never managed to do that with another R. Kelly song, unfortunately.
You should not try. I don't think.
Do all of them. Do all of them. Just like
Do all of them.
remix his whole catalog.
To make it just like really, really, really great
not-
for toddlers.
It's not trapped in the closet. It's trapped in the car seat.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
trapped in the car. seat.
Yo, there's a market for it.
Yeah.
It's just like because it's like, parents tend to get sick of just all of the nursery songs.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So then it's like having just nursery versions of the songs that they
songs.
like is like
Yeah.
helpful. But then it's also, I feel like you can just play the song for the kid.
You might as well.
Yeah.
Just play the Bridgerton soundtrack.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
What is
classy.
You ever watch a show on Netflix called Bridgerton?
No.
No.
Sounds British.
I mean,
It's very. It's
Oh, the
British.
Britishers definitely
Look
got
at me.
it.
Britishers are.
Yeah.
big in
Britishers
it.
are out.
look at me.
Look at
No. Negative.
Okay, if I try to tell you like the log line, do you guys think that you would be able to create a Filipino Bridgerton?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so it's about this family that lives in a very affluent town,
Okay.
and
What is
like
affluent?
they
Have
like
money,
rich.
they have money.
They have no. Okay.
Money.
That's why we're a
and,
team.
One brain cell.
One, sometimes I'll. Sometimes when we touch. Just what? Okay.
But they basically they go through this thing that's called the season, where
Okay.
girls, when they come of age, they are then like pawned off essentially
Okay,
to
the
like
debut.
bachelors.
So the debut.
It's a debut.
Damn.
The Marcos family during martial law.
Nah, but like, how do you twist it and like flip it on his head, right? That's just like Sadie Hawkins in Stockton, like just flip it around.
Just write about the shoes.
Just.
About the
Amel
shoes.
the shoes.
Yeah.
The
Dude,
musical.
I saw that documentary and it made me so conflicted
Right.
by the way they told the story.
Oh.
Because I'm like, oh, these people have done terrible shit.
Right.
Like, terrible.
Right.
But it's like, the magnitude of shit they did was pretty.
It's pretty bad. Catastrophic.
I don't want to say that it's like Voldemort, right? Where he's like,
Right.
he's done
Gargantuan.
great
He's
things,
like
but it's
Gargantuan.
terrible.
Great and terrible.
Right? But then like it would cut to Mama Melda, right? She's not related to me. Miss Marco, that's weird.
Mrs. Marcos.
Mrs. Marcos.
Manang
Here's to
The
you.
old woman.
Old lady.
depend to the lady, right?
Lady. His
Sa babae.
wife.
Dolores Umbridge.
Ang
Yeah.
babae.
Yeah. But like she would talk and I'm like, yo, this is the like Filipino guilt talking. Whereas like I did it out of a mother's love and like
Oh.
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh shit, I'm like mad triggered now because I don't know who's the bad guy. And then I finished the thing and I'm like, oh, clearly they're the bad guys. They're clearly the bad guys, right? But at some point I'm just like, are they the bad guys?
It's just conditioning from just like
That.
Filipino moms just trying to take their side.
Yeah,
much
it's
that.
so weird.
Like trying to like
trigger.
explain their actions for doing
Right.
it. I'm just like,
Right.
I wish you loved me enough the way that I love you.
God damn
The
it.
guilt justification. Yeah.
This is one thing we're talking
Sorry,
about
dead
also.
fish eyes again.
Was like Filipino parents, they'll do everything to apologize to you
Except
for
apologize.
say sorry.
Right.
Except for say sorry.
Absolutely.
They'll like rub your head and like feed you and they
Yeah.
would say I love you before they said I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And I think as like a I'm almost an adult, I guess, but I'm like, oh, it's cool to say sorry. Like, what the
can
fuck?
say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could just say it.
Sorry.
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 No, but also like unironically, where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Shit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't mean to.
No, absolutely.
But that's like a fucking like a brain fuck when you find that out at 32. When I'm like,
what's the one thing that you feel like your parents like never apologized for?
let's start with that side of the room.
Just one thing.
Yeah, just the one. Honestly, I can
Just pick one. The
I
first
can-
one to mind.
First one that pops off my head. My mother has never apologized for her husband accusing of my new husband of being a heroin addict at our wedding.
Oh, that was recent.
That's the real
I
achievement.
don't
That was
like
real.
that one.
That was
Damn.
last October.
What?
Still hasn't apologized.
Mm,
Hasn't.
That's a.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
What y'all got?
That's
Come on, let's
accusation.
I'm like, how do I
Let's
fuck
go.
Man, you should have went last,
I know,
Maddy.
like,
No, to me, I'm just kind of like, that was like a one-off thing where I'm just kind of like, he's just a dumbass, and like, that's whatever. But like,
Right.
obviously, maybe the ones that y'all are going to bring to the table are more emotionally damaging. I just decided to set the tone.
Ugh.
The vibes have been set.
The vibe has been
the
set.
vibes.
Established.
Established. Bad vibe.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry that the list is long, y'all. It's taking a long. Like you guys,
Trying
it looks like
to
you're
think
so-
of a funny one.
It's so
Yeah.
like repressed that I'm just like.
No,
I'm
yeah.
gonna open up this like box in a box in a
In a
box.
box in a box.
Yeah.
In a box.
What is it?
It's like that one game where you have to continuously, like, with mittens, like,
Yeah.
unwrap.
Me and Vic were talking about this earlier. We're specifically talking about like male figures, but obviously we can talk about both male and female. But the way it was phrased was, why usually are men concerned with their relationship with their fathers more than their own kid?
Ooh.
Hmm.
Or is that just not like, have you not noticed that?
No, I mean, even like recently visiting my husband's parents, like it is one of those things where we were examining after the visit was over, like what are the things that you were paying more attention to while you were with your parents?
Mhm.
And it was interesting where every time he was talking about his mom, there was always just kind of like, oh, she'll be fine, she'll be okay, she's doing all right. But when it came to his dad, he was always just kind of like, yo, I'm worried about that guy. I don't know what's gonna happen because of like some of the things that he's like listening to or consuming. I'm worried about what kind of person he's gonna become as he gets older, which I think is funny because you would think that it would be the reverse of a son or of a father being more concerned for how his son's gonna turn out. Now it's the inverse.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
And I find it interesting that he was paying so much attention to that. Nothing like, not to say there's anything wrong with like what's going on between him and his mom,
Right.
but like even the banter that him and his mom had, it would be like combative but playful. Like the relationship and like the silence between him and his dad was like not palpable, but like you could tell it was
You can taste.
weird.
Okay.
The taste you can
She uses a lot of SAT words, man.
I took the SAT.
I know.
the
Translate.
Dude.
Come on, pre-med, let's go.
Excuse me. I didn't finish pre-med.
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 I mean, like, I can call myself a wizard. I'm not a whiz, clearly. Like,
I'm the research.
you're a wizard. You have beard.
I'm the
Yeah.
big one.
I just read a lot of books. But also music.
Yeah.
Music make your brain real smart, I guess,
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Retain a lot of words.
Right.
Dumb words that I don't need to use.
Like palpable.
Like palpable.
Like palpable.
Like,
Palpable.
I once referred to a little field across the way as a grassy knoll, and everybody looked at me like, the fuck you talking?
I would have been like, I know.
You,
Yeah, that is a grassy. That is a grassy
Thank
knoll.
you, Carol. Thank you, Fic.
That was on the
Do you have like a signature big word that you constantly use?
Dude, mine is
incorrigible.
penultimate.
Huh?
Penultimate.
Like the
Also,
before
that's such
before
a
the
good
last
one.
Before the
Good
last.
job.
Before the
Good
last.
job. That's it.
27 episodes of this game.
Yeah. Someone was like, there's an easier word than the one before the
Yeah.
last.
What about you, Jess?
Oh. My word?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
like what's
big
your-
Word of
yeah.
the
The
day.
big word.
Word of the
My
day.
word?
Your expensive
Subsequent.
word.
Subsequent is a great one for a
that's a good one.
teacher. Yeah.
Honestly, like, I
The
didn't
one
even,
after.
like,
Yeah.
my dad introduced me to that word when I was writing my, like, essays for college, and I was like,
Wow.
I'm never not using that word ever again.
Right.
Because it just makes you, because, like, it just means next. I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah.
subsequently, we're going to do this, and the kids are like,
It's
Huh?
yeah, it's good
Huh?
filler to like extend the essay.
Yeah,
I'm like-
yeah.
Word count.
Yeah.
How are you, Kristine?
Whereas.
Oh, whereas subtle, very nice.
So a stately word.
It's like
Yes.
where
Stately.
ass.
Whereas.
I'm not checking my email.
He's out at the club. Whereas.
Whereas, where is it?
Where is it?
Similarly.
Find it.
Yeah,
Whereas.
I know now.
Whereas.
Hey man, God gave us tools, so
Right.
I'm gonna use them. Yeah.
I use tactile a lot in like
Tactile.
conversation and then like for music for some reason where I'm just kind of like, yeah, I just want that bass to be a little bit more tactile. And
You
everyone's
say
like,
tactile, I'd go military.
military. Yeah,
I'm
tactical.
Like a
instantly
like a
Call of
tac-
Duty. Where are we at?
tactile knife.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Honestly, dude,
I always like that's what I know.
I don't know. I don't know what's going
I
on.
have no idea.
It's only my 3rd day out here.
I don't have any words like that.
You have no words?
Yeah, what
I
words?
know.
Big,
Words
big,
like
big
that.
SAT
No,
word?
no.
You have big idea, big thoughts.
I have big. I see all the angles, man.
Like
That's-
that one
Con man.
episode where you were like such as for, and then you get like, bro, where are you
Bro,
going?
where are you? Find it.
It's like, you ever ponder why?
Yeah, ponder why.
You punch.
How do you feel about like a word that's like really long, like what was it?
Dysentery?
No.
Disestablishmentarianism?
That
Yeah.
word. I can never
Like,
say
why
that
would I
word.
use it though?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Yeah.
I use suspension of disbelief a lot
Suspension of disbelief.
because
That's
it's
great.
like it's used to explain my bad ideas. Where they're like, you can't do that, and
That's
I'm
the
like,
that's the descriptor for the Reddit no sleep subreddit.
Is it?
Suspend disbelief, yeah,
suspension.
among the rules that are in it.
It's
Yeah, but you have to suspend disbelief in order to
Yeah.
read the forum.
Oh.
yeah. So it's like just go with it. That's what that means basically.
Very
You have
much.
to suspend disbelief.
Yeah.
Belief, yeah, that's what it
And
is.
that one?
That
All
one?
of them.
Over
Yeah.
there.
Like when we were writing the magic show,
Yeah.
they're like, people will see that. I'm like, nah, man, suspension of disbelief. They're gonna clearly know it's not a thing, and I'm like,
Suspension?
it's a magic show.
It's
Where I'm just
a
like,
brand.
believe.
Believe
Yeah.
Release.
Yeah, because he was like, oh, let's just do like a cups and balls thing,
Right.
I'm like, what if we used Oreo cookies?
Yo, that trick really threw me out. Like I was not.
Hooray.
I was not prepared. And even like after we got home, Austin was even just kind of like, bro, I can't figure out the Oreo. I can't. I don't know. Cause like, but, all right. No, I won't say it because then
We're not gonna use this part. No,
not
go
gonna
ahead.
use it. Don't use it. Because of all the building that Austin's been doing lately, he was just kind of like, I think I know how we did that box or like that certain thing or like how
that's
that
fine.
thing is built. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. The Oreo thing,
Yeah.
it's really good, huh?
It's really good, dude.
No, it's just the cup and lemon thing.
Oh, is that just the whole mechanic?
Yeah, it's the same trick. It's just different shit.
That makes sense.
You know, at
Well,
a table.
okay, to explain so
Variations.
that like you guys.
I'm just
have a
thinking about
better
Oreos
idea.
now, and I'm like,
I
damn,
know,
that
right?
sounds
Yeah.
fucking
Real
good.
good.
I should have bought some. It was like,
It's essentially
Did
they are picking out mini Oreos. They put it into one container, and then after it's in one container, they shake it like once, and then they lift it up. Full size Oreos come out of the box.
Ah.
Suspension of disbelief. Okay,
Magic.
when you get Oreos, what kind of Oreos do you get?
Have you seen the new ones
There's so many of them.
They have so many like limited edition flavors.
in Florida? Apparently, they have what it's called just the stuff.
yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
those.
yeah. It's like a bottle of.
It's a bottle of
just like a
ice.
jar of
Ew.
That's all it is. It's
just
that.
the stuff, man.
It's that.
Yuck!
And, like the thinnest two cookies are sandwiching this giant ass.
Just like a
Yeah.
Slab
just
of
like a
icing.
Florida
cylinder
shit.
of icing.
Okay,
Florida
V,
shit.
you're the
Florida
mime.
shit.
You're the mime right now. I get you that for Christmas. How are you gonna eat it?
I use it as a spoon. Get my own toast, spread it on.
Oh, you don't.
Like it's corn.
Are you a typewriter or are you a log?
For corn?
Yeah,
I'm wait, what's the log?
log.
Okay.
Typewriter.
I'll do cuz it's so hard to start it, right?
What, are you
What?
'Cause
I don't-
Snake? With
No,
this
'cause
one? What's
Are you-
happening?
He's drawing like pictures
are
with
you-
each kernel.
Making Mount ever.
Look, man.
Looking like a white
Maddy-
boy.
The struggle of the struggle of the
Explain
Fil-Am. No one understands you all
Why
the time.
is it difficult?
Why is it difficult?
Look, it's
Tell me.
difficult to start it and pull them off clean.
Oh.
You don't use
Oh,
enough
you're a
teeth.
completionist.
Oh yeah, 100%. So like, I would typewriter the first,
Right.
and then like the next row, I'll go like bottom, and then
Wow.
bottom, and then so it's only that one row that's fucked up,
You're methodical.
and then
Oh,
Just take a bite. Just take all of them out. And then finish
just
it.
fucking eat
You're
it.
gonna chew it no matter
I'll show you.
what.
Next time we get car.
It goes to the same
I'll
place.
show you. I'll teach you.
How's that?
Podcast episode?
Talk about-
you'll
how's
have
that
it.
conversation gonna start?
Oh, here.
Hey, remember the last time I said when we're gonna get corn?
Remember the last time?
Let's go get corn right now. Let me show you how to eat it.
You
It'll
wanna
be
go to
like
Knott's Berry Farm and
yeah,
just have
we're at
some
KFC.
corn?
and-
K-
or we're at-
closer.
Yeah.
Closer.
I feel like there's a lot
Night
of
market or
Right.
the fair.
The fair.
The fair?
The
Yeah.
LA
you gonna take me
fair?
to a fair like a side piece?
We're gonna go. Yeah. We're gonna
Is that
go.
where you take side pieces?
I don't have any
Oh.
of those. Aqu-
We're gonna do the fair circuit.
Huh?
For their show.
The only sides
I
I
know,
are
right?
2 sides and a biscuit.
Nice.
Thank you.
Coming to the stage. 2 sides and a biscuit. I feel like
The theme song is just the Popeyes.
yeah.
Yeah. Louise.
Yeah, the fast.
Love that chicken
Chicken
from
from Popeyes.
Popeyes.
That's the routine is 10 seconds long.
I feel like my methodology for doing things is like very specific,
yeah.
but it allows me to have more fun in my life.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like that
Okay,
translates to
for
you.
example.
Yeah.
Like how I eat corn, fam.
It's cool.
How he eats corn.
But you
is-
think about it too much.
Huh?
There's
think about it too
There's
much.
too much process between you and corn.
Yeah.
It's
What's,
like
how do you eat
Maybe you're not respecting corn enough.
yeah. I go around and then around.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I take more better bites. So
More
it's
better.
You're
More
a you're a
better.
monster.
clean. Straight to corn.
Straight to corn, dude.
Has the
You know
juice.
what?
It's got the juice.
You just let me do me and you do you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hot dogs. Dude.
Dog.
Sandwich.
Have you had the hot dog with the marshmallow thing yet?
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Good lord, no.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
I think I know what you're talking about, and I'm
Just me?
hard.
Just me. Okay.
Just
Okay.
You. Just you thing.
Well, no, because it had like dollar hits on like the street
Oh.
skewers.
Yeah.
It's the red hot dog and then marshmallows.
Oh.
On the same skewer.
On the
though.
same
I'm
skewer.
thinking. I'm thinking about that. That makes more sense. I was still thinking about the Oreos and like the filling on a hot dog, like an American hot dog. I'm like, absolutely not.
Why not?
Still too far in the same bit.
I'm like, huh? No.
Hot
but
dog.
No, yeah. I don't know
Got him.
why.
Got him.
Why do we do that? Why do we put the tiny baby marshmallows
Kasi
on the wiener?
it's
Kasi
more fun in the Philippines.
Is it supposed to be like a penis?
No, wait a minute.
Is that the joke? Is that the bit?
What?
No, because it doesn't look like a penis. Like there's
No.
no balls on it. It's just like
Yeah, Filipinos, if like they want to make it look like a penis, they'll make it look like a penis.
they're- yeah.
Example, barrel man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Right.
No, you're right.
No, I think
We're
it's
not-
just to
we're
make
not-
it more
subtlety
like-
is not
Subtlety,
right,
no.
you know, like-
to be more festive.
festive. Oh,
Yeah.
to make it look more attractive.
It's to trick your
Oh,
kids
the
into eating
colors.
hot dogs.
Oh.
Probably. I could see that. Okay, eat marshmallow.
Have you heard of Lucky?
Marshmallow now hot
Marshmallow.
dog.
Have you heard of Lucky Charms?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, this is lucky.
Lucky
Lucky
Charms.
Charms.
LACKKY.
Yeah, lucky.
Lucky Charms.
Lucky.
Oh no. I don't know.
Lucky Charms.
I don't know how I feel about the. I love sweet and salty.
Hold on, coming to the stage.
Lucky Charms.
Malaki Charms. Sorry, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how.
And the
I feel
Maarte
about it.
marshmallow.
Yes!
It is me. Hello.
Hello, it is me.
I've-
Is that who
I'll
you
claim
are?
it.
Arts
you
to
a
the
Maarte-
max. D.
Honestly,
The
if I
Maarte
had-
Michelin man over here.
If there was like a really fluffy half crop sweater that just said Maarte marshmallow, I would immediately drop
Merch,
money on
merch,
that.
merch.
Make it
drop,
happen.
Drop that merch.
Maarte
Drop
Make it
that.
happen.
We have to.
Drop that
We're making a trading card game.
Can
That's
you
why
make
we
it
have
a
to say
baseball
it.
jersey?
Huh?
A baseball jersey.
Ooh.
Black and white.
Yeah, Maarte marshmallow.
There we go. And then we'll
And
just
you,
call
like,
it a day.
just, like,
Just call it a
and you,
day.
like, and then people think like, oh, you repping the LA Kings, and you're like, nah, I'm just Maarte marshmallow.
That's 88 for Ocho Ocho.
That's
So
right.
you-
Ocho,
What is it?
ocho.
88.
Ocho, ocho.
Hey,
Joe.
we should just make merch for all those dances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spaghetti,
Ba,
blah,
ba,
blah,
ba.
blah.
The spaghetti on taas. Like,
Yeah, there's one up here, and then there's one down.
Oh my god.
Bababa.
I'm becoming more
Atas.
Filipino as this podcast is going on.
That's the plan.
Yeah, it's,
master plan.
incredible.
Do you
Master
The
plan.
master plan.
coming to the stage?
Master plan.
Master flag.
Could you also make jewelry and then brand it Cine Gangsters? Like a chain
Dude.
It's the most dangerous gang.
The most
It would
dangerous
be.
gang. We're starting a brand. We're working
Bop
on
Bop
the trademark. It's Gap.
GAP, gangster and prankster.
Gangster and
Get
prankster,
out.
guapo and pogi,
Oh.
ganda and pangit,
Giniling and pancit.
giniling and pancit.
Oh, that's cute. I like that
Yo.
one.
Honestly, like hook up with Justin from Hi-Fi Kitchen and just put it in there. So
Yeah.
just
Gago
let
and
it.
pangit.
Gago and pangit.
Yeah.
Bong it.
You know how many people would
Gap.
immediately.
Dude.
No, I
The
saw
potential.
on the feed today. I saw that somebody, you know how people make like, there's a trend of like dirty cakes, where it's like a very sweet looking cake, but then it has something like gross written on top. Or
Oh,
something.
sure.
Oh, yeah.
So the
Oh,
newest one
okay.
that somebody did that was obviously for Filipinos. It's an ube
Oh, yeah.
cake, and it just says "putang ina mo" and like really.
I
pretty
reposted
icing.
that one.
I think
And
I
then
saw
in
that
the
on your
description
story,
it
Chris.
Yeah.
It says, this means something about cherishing friendship.
Oh.
Say this,
Yeah.
say this to your Filipino friend.
I love that.
I value our friendship.
Put tang in a
I
glass.
value it.
Putang inamo.
Put tang in a glass.
Putang in a glass. Ooh, tang.
I thought you said
Get it.
poutine in a glass, and I was like, where did we
Poutine
go?
in a
Where did we
glass.
go?
This is what I think about sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes my brain would be thinking about.
Sometimes when
Dre, I'm so sorry. I feel like we just like really
That's-
derailed here.
Sometimes.
This is our podcast.
this is our pod.
This is what it's like.
I just
Yeah.
wanted
Welcome
to
to
make
the
sure.
Off the Rail.
Do you guys when you like stub your toe, do you guys get hurt in Tagalog or English?
Yeah, the big question.
Oh,
I get hurt in
Tagalog.
Family Guy.
Oh, there you go. Very good. No,
Or is it like both?
Depends on who I've been hanging out with.
Yeah.
If after the podcast, I'm like, ay, sakit. Putang ina.
I go I'm in the middle, I go, outs! Outs!
A-U-T-Z, and suddenly it's German.
No, it's OWTS.
Outs.
CH.
And now he's outs.
Outs! Joshua!
No, around anybody, I'm always like, "Aray?"
No, you're really.
Yeah, just like really, really small. Like,
Yeah.
We do. So I have cousins that they get hurt in Filipino, and we're like, oh.
Whose
Just
job is
like
this?
I know. Who's
this?
sinong bata?
oh no, I always hate it whenever just like my "I shit" comes out.
Yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
shit. It
I
happens.
shit.
I shit.
Especially if I drop something, it's always "I shit." Like
Yeah.
with like a hot mug.
Ooh, yeah, yeah.
It's very that. It's very that.
Mine is oh shit,
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
where it's like I'm excited about something. I'm like, oh shit!
I shit.
Yeah. All there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's
I wanted to ask you about it. 'Cause, like, does it never slip out around your kids when you're like teaching your kids at
Oh,
middle
God.
school?
Tell them about the social media.
Oh.
Social meets.
So
The
scary.
social.
Because it doesn't matter what she slips up on, they're going to find her trash
No,
anyway.
they find me anywhere. Like, no, like I have to
Found you, like,
constantly be.
Zanga. That's the-
I have to be like,
Tumblr.
please don't
Photo
follow
bucket.
me
They found the
nowhere.
photo bucket in the MySpace
Like the
bulletin.
kids like have like I don't like there's like super sleuths now. Like they found
Yo, they
my
be high-tech.
they found my Instagram. I mean like
What?
granted my Instagram is
Older.
not like it's more like my dance Instagram, so it's like
Right.
it's not like private because
Right.
it's sometimes what I use to like get booked for things. But like they found that and then they found my TikTok and now I have to like put my shit on private because I'm like stop fucking following me. You're a fucking minor.
Damn, you say fuck to kids.
but it does come out.
2023.
But luckily, like I am like in the area that I teach, I'm like the only Filipino on staff.
Okay.
So sometimes I say shit and like I get away with it because
Right.
no one
can
understands.
understand what you're saying. Yeah.
But I did slip up in front of one of my Filipino students, and she was like,
Miss.
she was like, Miss Pandeez, and I was like, what, Chloe? She was like, you said a bad word. And I was like, you know that. Okay, we're not gonna do that ever again.
What's the word?
I said putang imo.
Ah.
Yeah. Because one of the kids was like jumping off the fucking like desk, and I was like, "What?" The?
And you just like it just
came out. Or like I'll be like, I fuck. And I'm like, oh wait.
You fuck, we all fuck.
It's hard to have a filter.
I feel like the curse word that follows the I can also tell you regionally where somebody's parents are from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I bulk him.
Ay, shit.
I shit.
To me, well, like from people that I met in LA that are like Batanguero or like from Batangas, like I shit is like the go-to for some reason.
Batang X.
Yeah. Batang X.
You know who Batang X is?
No.
So in the 90s, there was a Filipino superhero movie.
No.
And it was a kid, and it's called Batang X.
No, are you kidding?
And then the sequel was Batang Z.
No! There's a Y! There needs to be a Y!
It'd be batang bucket.
There it is. Dang! In a world
In a world where
there's already X.
In a world.
I'm Batang Bucket.
What?
That's the wrong kind of bucket.
Why?
Wait, who's on first?
That's literally why they
They needed
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
That's the wrong kind of bucket.
What's after X in the alphabet? Why? Bucket.
Because we have to make another movie.
Why?
Because.
Say because.
Oh, Z na lang. Just make it Z.
That was literally the correct
I'm
movie.
sure
Dude.
it had to be, right?
Could you imagine
That's incredible.
if we made a movie?
That was like my.
Why?
So my.
Because.
I had family members that got a dog, and so they're like, "Oh, what's the dog's name?" And the dog's name was Ewan, like Ewan McGregor.
Oh no.
And so my ninang, when my god sister told her, "Oh yeah, our aunt and uncle got a new dog. What's the dog's name?" A1. You mean you don't? What
What do you mean you don't know?
you don't know?
You don't know?
I'm telling you the name. A1.
Oh,
You don't know. You just asked
dude.
me, right?
My
No, EWAN.
God damn it.
Oh my god.
Yes.
My mother. I love her so much. She has one dad joke. Every time she's like, "Oh, I'm going to LNL. What do you want?" I'm gonna get like a Loco Moco. She's like, "I'm not joking with you," and I know it's coming every time, and I love it. But like, I'm not kidding. I'm not joking. What do you want? She doesn't talk like that. I love my mom. My
My
mom.
little cousin, his favorite thing to do, anytime he sees a giant body of water, he's like, "Oh, it's too big."
It's too big. It's too big.
It's a good one.
Just the ocean, a lake, a strong river.
Right.
It's too big.
To Maddie's cousin. Every time you get hit with like a splash of milk, it's got us.
And then, like, it's almost like a monster movie.
Yeah.
It's got us.
It's the Mr. Puff from Ghostbusters
Yeah,
with just
yeah.
a glass of milk.
Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for this episode. To all you Pandeez out there, thank you for watching the Pandesoul podcast. Catch previous episodes. Catch previous episodes. This whole episode, it's me in here, right? You're just gonna be a spectator. Catch previous episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all the other ones, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, for all you older people. And yeah, thanks for watching the funniest podcast in the world. In the world! My name is Dre Magix. Here's Fictitious Professor, along with our guests, Jess, Kristine, and Maddy. And as always,
Don't forget your baon.
peace.
O sige na, Pandeez.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of pandesoul.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify and YouTube.
Thanks for laughing, and join us next week because there's enough pandesoul to go around.
And don't forget your baon!